Howdy In a Loop fans, it's Ranger. We're at a place that I haven't been in more than 20 years. We're in northwest Iowa to check out Arnolds Park. This is a small classic amusement park, although Arnolds Park is actually the name of the city too. So we'll give you a tour of the amusement park and then we'll show you what other attractions are around the city. For the entrance to the amusement park, there's actually a few different entrances, but this is the ticket booth. The value for money here is actually quite good. A number of free things offered, entrance, parking, a couple museums, concerts. Number of different ticket options. $35 is your basic day pass for the rides. You can get $5 discount online. Also, they have the raceway, which is go-karts. We'll head over there. They have a Queen 2. It's a cruise that goes around Lake Okoboji. So the star attraction at the park is no doubt the Legend roller coaster. It's 60 some odd feet here, so it's not real big. It kind of encircles the layout of this park. There's a left turn, a turnaround before it makes its way back over here. If I can zoom in the direction. So this ride is better than it looks. It's maintained extremely well. It's definitely smoother than you would think for a roller coaster as old as it is. I heard that this is the oldest roller coaster west of the Mississippi River. I'm not able to independently verify that, but the park claims that it dates all the way back to 1927, which is pretty remarkable in and of itself. So there is a few good moments of airtime on here, maybe not fantastic moments, but overall pretty good ride, although it is very, very short though. So this is the first drop of the Legend roller coaster. You can see at the top here, there's this iconic sign that says, "The point of no return." The Legend roller coaster is an ACE roller coaster landmark. Let you freeze it and read the sign here if you want to. Okay, and it actually goes underneath this fun house here. We'll take you in the fun house. Inside the fun house, you can see there's this slanted walkway all the way around. There's a couple of different levels. And this is the bottom level here. You can see the roller coaster actually goes underneath this whole house. That's the start of the lift hill right there. At the top level of the fun house is this overlook. You can see the rest of the park, the roller coaster, these beautiful air conditioning units, and the lake. This is Lake Okoboji, as it's called. A very popular place for fishing, for boating. You can see all kinds of boats out on the lake today, being a holiday weekend. Right under the main entrance is the carousel. Look at this, a bald eagle on the carousel. Very nice. Both on the Legend roller coaster and this Ferris wheel, you get some pretty good views of the park and of the lake. At the front of the park, on the other side of the carousel, is the Legend store, just a very small shop. We're not show you what's in there because there's pretty much nothing in there. And then the Mirror Maze is closed today. This is absolutely free though, as is the fun house that we showed you over there. There's several kids rides here as well. Small spinning rides. This is, after all, a family park. There's some guppies over there. And behind me, there's this swinging ship. Little swinging ship. And this train ride over here. In the back is this kiddie coaster. This is a very, very small ride. You have to be under 54 inches to ride it. I actually do have this credit. I rode this when I was a tiny little kid when I was here. This might be the most elusive credit that I actually have as far as North American roller coasters. It is a little bit bumpy. I definitely do remember that. The swing ride is here by the Legend Turnaround. We'll show you a little bit of this running. If it opens back up, it is down for weather right now. The Funhouse Diner here is the largest establishment where you can buy food and drink, and the prices are very, very reasonable. You can see here the souvenir cups are only $8 a piece just for one, with $1 refills. See the rest of the prices right here. So this park is run by a nonprofit organization. The park was about to go out of business, I believe, in the 1990s, and it was saved by a nonprofit organization which has changed names and I think changed hands once since then, but it keeps the prices very reasonable. So here comes the train. The Milwaukee Road. This is the name of one of the old trains that actually used to come through the area. Interestingly, there's no barricades. People are just getting on the train. Oh, I love it. I love it. Almost like I had that scripted, but I didn't. The park is basically divided in half. So far, we've shown you all of the rides which are inside the Legend roller coaster layout. And so now we'll show you the rest of the rides that are outside of it. The first ride in the back section of the park is Bojee Falls. This is a log flume ride, just a lift hill, a few twists at the top, followed by this drop down, fairly short ride. This ride actually came from Moray's Piers in New Jersey. So the drop on this is respectable. I also like that you don't get very wet on it. Right next door is this octopus ride. This is like a monster that you see at other amusement parks. The park's third roller coaster is Wild Mouse. This was moved here from Joyland in Lubbock, Texas in 2019. Definitely an old school ride. You sit all by yourself or with one other person. There's a lot of room to move around in that car. The turns aren't particularly forceful though. Although some of these tight transitions with the supports give a sense of old style thrills. A little bit of jankiness, if you will. This drop here, this one comes up on you fast. So this is a Rolo Plane. There's not very many of these. I think this is only the second one I've ever seen. Clint Novak's park used to have one actually. Not anymore. These can be pretty intense. Got 3 rides going at the same time here. Spin the apple. Kiddie ride here. It's a tilt-a-whirl over here. I'm sure you've seen one of these before. And a trampoline. It's an old school bumper car ride over here. This is the Rolo Plane. This is the first one I've ever seen. This is a pretty crazy ride. I thought this would make me sick. Not so much. Not an issue. It's quite forceful though. There's no seatbelts or restraints. You're just kind of in this cage. When you're going down, like right there, it pushes you down and off to the side. So you kind of have to fight to keep from getting plastered against the edge of the little cage. It's pretty intense. This is the main go-kart track, and it's pretty good. It costs $7. It's really not too bad. It's a very long track. There's a few S-curves over there. You get several trips around too. I think I got maybe 4 or 5 laps. Let's see the other side of the track over here. You go underneath the tunnel, spin around. So I definitely recommend riding this go-kart track. Not so much on the slick track back here. You have to be at least 12 years old to ride this. It is just an oval. It reminds me of Baby Park, the Mario Kart course that they keep recycling. I hate that course. It's so random. But it's just an oval on this slick track here. I'm surprised that they decided this was a good idea. So that's it for the amusement park. Everything else you're going to see is not part of the actual park. But there's a lot right in the general vicinity, starting with Pirates Cove Adventure Golf. So if you're not familiar with Pirates Cove, it's a chain of mini golf courses. This one only has one 18-hole course and it's $10. It looks like it's pretty nice though. Just outside the park is this stage where they have a bunch of concerts. They are all free and they run all summer long. I saw one last night. I'll show you a couple of highlights if I can, although there might be some copyright strikes, so we might have to take some music out. We'll see. Here's a great show. The Arch Allies came and played a tribute to several popular 80s bands. At the end of the Arch Pathway is several bars. Some of them have live music, so a good spot to grab a drink after the park closes.
I got you some peace someday, mother on your face, you big disgrace. Somebody better put your back into your place. We are no time for losers, yes we are the champions.
We got a special invite here from a very special person. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Dennis Atlas. I am a singer and coaster enthusiast.
Sweet, sweet. So you're in the Arch Allies band and you played here Saturday night.
Yes, that's correct. We played here. I was singing in the band and playing guitar. I'm also a keyboard player, also known as Danger. So we got Ranger and Danger.
Ranger and Danger. There we go. So maybe we'll have some adventures of Ranger and Danger in the future. We'll see. But let's go ahead and walk in here. Let's take advantage of our behind-the-scenes pass. So this is the
behind-the-scenes look.
The green room here for the performers.
This is where I did my wardrobe changing and all of the backstage secrets. Where I keep my stashes of all my drugs. Except I don't have any, I just have water.
He doesn't have drugs, like for real. But that's a non-alcoholic beverage. And then we did see some more interesting beverages in this one. In the Loop always has to mention alcohol because that's part of who we are. But look at this. This is the Legend Shandy Ale with lemon and artificial cotton candy flavor. So I'll give a review of some of these. That must be a local brewery here. And then we got these books here, 160 Years of Okoboji. Some interesting stories. Some interesting history here. So I like this beer. It's very sweet. It has a little bit of a strange aftertaste, but definitely the cotton candy flavor is noticeable. I like it. Just outside the amusement park is this boardwalk area. Next to the lake, there's some gift shops here. Also, there's the Queen 2 boat that's not running today, so I can't tell you what that's all about. And of course, Pirate Jack's Bar, a nice little bar on the pier. I'll give you a look at this here. This is a very nice looking area. It's a pier with the centerpiece as these metallic sailboat shaped structures. Looks pretty nice. Everything is very new, and around the outsides there's all these placards, some statues of some history of the region. So there's 3 museums outside the park. They're all free. We'll tell you a little bit about each one, and then we'll show you some of the footage with some background music. The first one right here is the Arnolds Park Museum itself, about the park. The star attraction in here is a slide, like you're given a mat and you race down the slide. It's a really, really fun slide. So you're 20 feet tall. The first drop is like 10 feet and it's like 60, 65 degrees. Very, very steep. Show you some footage here. The second free museum is the Maritime Museum. There's a bunch of boats in there. And the third is the Rock and Roll Museum. So part of Iowa history back in the 1960s or so, there used to be a lot of ballrooms, and so some very big acts would come to these ballrooms, like the Beach Boys, Frank Sinatra. And so it would be a big deal. They would come out for several nights in a row, and the people of Iowa would have lots of dance nights. It was a whole big thing. So to give you a frame of reference, this is the entrance to the park right there. That's the backside of the main sign. This is the front main street. The roof garden was a ballroom, such as described earlier, where they had a lot of big-time rock and roll acts. And now it's being used as events pavilion. There's actually a wedding reception going on here today. It's been interesting seeing people walk in dressed very nicely compared to people like myself who are wearing t-shirt and shorts, as most of the other people are. And there's a bunch of gift shops and stuff on the other side of the road. To this area in front of the gift shop is interesting as well. There's lots of wind chime type instruments. So you walk past here all day and you hear all sorts of harmonic sounds. At the end of this strip of gift shops is Maxwell's Beach Cafe, a sit-down restaurant, and the Nutty Bar place. So this looks like it's the signature food item of Arnolds Park, so we'll go ahead and try one of these. So this is our Nutty Bar here. Nice little chunk of vanilla ice cream covered in chocolate and peanuts. It's a little freezer burnt right there. But this is $3. Very good deal. The prices in that store are also very good. And that will bring this tour of Arnolds Park to a close. As you can see by the length of this video, there's plenty to see and do to spend a full day out here. This park reminds me of Knoebels in that it has a lot of classic rides and it's very affordable. Knoebels, of course, has a better ride selection, but Arnolds Park has a classier feel and the park is in great shape. I want to give a special shout out to the people of Iowa. I grew up here and it always feels good to come back. Also check out our new friend Dennis Atlas from the Arch Allies Band. This is his website right here. As always, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. This is Ranger signing off.